What are your cringy I'm not like other girls stories that you're embarrassed about or were unfortunate enough to witness? I was my best friend's maid of honor a few years back and we were wedding dress shopping and this one quirky bride came and was like, whatever dress I get has to go with my red chucks. I am not one of those girls who wear heels, I've always been different. And the shop lady was like, actually, second to a traditional heel or ballet flat, chucks are a super common choice for our many low maintenance brides. And her whole attitude just deflated. When the kid realizes the counterculture is just different culture and it's still a group of people who are all similar. When my mom was growing up, she'd say I just want to be different. And my grandpa would say, sure, you just want to be different like everybody else. Wow. Sick burn. Oh geez. I thought I was a stoner after the first time I smoked weed. I bought this Bob Marley shirt I wore all the time and done Rasta-colored bracelets and I felt so cool. Passed out on a rock band drum set after smoking a blunt like it was a cigarette and decided that wasn't the life for me. Passed out on a rock band drum set. God bless my friend, God bless you. So, you're saying that you bought the complete rock band Keith Richards Experience expansion pack. Friend of mine started dating the single most dramatic girl I've ever met. We lived on the 4th floor. We always took the elevator. So, we all get in to go down to the lunch hall, and she literally dashes for the corner and starts rocking back and forth in a really sad act at being terrified. He runs over to hold her and explains she's terrified of elevators. First, she lived with us, on the same floor, for 2 months and we've all seen her on the elevator acting normal. Second, if you were really terrified of elevators, you'd just walk the 4 floors. It wasn't even that far up. Third, her acting was just terrible. Of course, a few weeks later, she forgot all about it and went back to acting normal on elevators again. I really like this story. I flew across the country for a friend's wedding just to find out that he was marrying a woman who was terrified of alligators. Like statues of or stuffed animal ones. She was fine with the real ones. We went to a bar, Florida, that had a little wood-carved alligator and she started cowering, breathing heavy and crying until we left with him holding her. She was fine with the real ones, crying face. I wore my dad's pirate boots from when he went as a pirate for Halloween in like 1988. Every day to school. Oh Lord, you just reminded me of my knee-high Converse I wore in high school. I thought I was so damn edgy lol. My daily outfits consisted of skinny jeans, a graphic t-shirt, a leather jacket or something like that, and my knee-high Converse. My mom tried to convince me not to buy them lol. I have to admit though, I secretly still love them and kept them after they started falling apart so they're in a box somewhere in my house lol. But hey, my husband fell in love with me looking like that so maybe it wasn't that bad. It was edit. These comments have been an amazing trip down memory lane and are seriously making me think of rooting around for them tomorrow to wear them around the house for a bit. Maybe I'll recreate my high school look all grown up. Not going to lie, I always secretly wanted a pair of knee-high Converse. I love Converse shoes, and those were so effing cool to me. I would always agree when someone called them cringy or stupid, but the little edgy emo in me really wanted those shoes. Laughing my butt off. NGL, that's pretty rad. I spent my middle school years wearing fake coontail extensions and saying I'll kill you to anyone who tried talking to me. Especially other girls. I don't know what the F was wrong with me, but I'm still lying awake at night replaying it all a decade later. Edit to answer a few questions. I guess I thought it made me cool and mysterious. I also bragged about not having any friends for some reason. I was a Girl Scout at the time as well, and it was so bad the troop leader suggested I find a new troop. I was very odd and standoffish, I had severe undiagnosed anxiety, and I never really developed basic social skills as a kid. Around 16 I finally realized how crappy I was and dropped the weird fake mean persona. I'm a well-adjusted adult now. And to clear this up, coontails are not race-related. Its hair dyed in a striped pattern to resemble a raccoon tail. I had one pink and one blue that I insisted were real, and my bangs were bleached. I was a mess inside and out. Laughing my butt off. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm dying at this comment. Laughing my butt off. Just picturing someone walking up to you like hey and you slowly turn to them, coontails dangling, I'll kill you. Coontails dangling is the best mental image ever, haha. In middle school I had the brilliant idea of making myself stand out by convincing everyone I was highly unstable and stalked people in the supermarket with a spork for fun. What? I was also just realizing girls existed and would put on that over-the-top courtly love. I did wear a fedora if you're wondering, where I'd message girls on AIM and when they understandably said who is this, I would type out soft chuckle, girl name, can you think of no one? I will give you a hint and then proceed to send her the results of those anime personality tests like she's really supposed to effing guess. The unstable murderer/condescending effing idiot lover mixed really well together to create a glutinous, chunky creep smoothie. This hurts so much to read. Like actual pain. Holds up spork. This is one of my favorite childhood cringe comments I've ever read, laughing out loud, holy crap, how you sleep at night? I'd be awake for 8 hours cringing. Oh my god, I am dying, haha. This is so painfully cringe, but I love you for owning it now. Laughing my butt off. This is effing hilarious. OMG. I've been reading this thread thinking about all of the stupid stuff I did and said in high school. I cringe so hard remembering how I thought I was better than other girls because I didn't wear makeup or listen to pop music. But you just reminded me that I used to glare so hard and literally just growl at every boy who tried to talk to me in middle school. Thanks for that. I need to adopt your strategy at my work, to be honest. In high school, one of my teachers asked everyone to say one word describing themselves and I said classy. I die inside every time I remember it. Similar here. Describe yourself with one word. My response was bad with numbers. I personally thought it was the most hilarious joke ever. Teacher immediately moved on. No one laughed at all. I assumed no one got the joke. They did, it's just that I wasn't funny. Edit. Effing crap, this blew up. Okay, maybe given the amount of responses, actually they really didn't get it. We were in 4th grade, I believe, and I stole the joke from my grandfather, who was an extremely hilarious but very dry guy who loved to read Nietzsche, Mark Twain, Jewish and Roman history, New Testament scholarship, and listen to classical music on cassette tapes. I had extremely low self-confidence as a child and just automatically thought, like usual, that I said something effing stupid because I was an idiot. Your class is composed of squares. It would have gotten a chuckle out of me. I thought it was funny, smiley face. It deserved at least a couple of smirks. That's actually funny as F. Classy is fine. That's a lousy thing to ask students, though. And as a student, or hell, even now, I'd be too worried about my own word and not repeating someone else's word that I wouldn't have room to attach any further significance to it. A girl at school once commented on my Facebook picture, "You look cute and edgy." I said thanks. You're not getting a heart back, that would be dumb. This unearthed one of my repressed memories. Some dude hit me up and I sent him an emoji in my reply. Think he asked me what's your favorite, fill in blank? Question, and I started my reply with a thoughtful face, and he gave me crap for it. Said something about how people are too simple-minded and he wouldn't be able to understand me if I didn't talk to him normally, so I needed to refrain from using an emoji or text speak if I wanted him to understand what I was saying, as if he's some refined genius trying to communicate with a caveman or some crap. Goes without saying that I never replied. Edit. I don't mean to compare you to him or anything. Just that your comment reminded me of that incident I completely forgot about. Should have just replied to him exclusively in emojis. Please speak to me in a language I understand, middle finger. A girl, when asked about interests, said I don't have any, I'm normal. After work, I go home, consume flavorless sustenance, and then stare at the wall until sleeping time. This is normal. I also like to listen to human music on the radio receiver. Have you also seen television show? It's my favorite form of entertainment. My favorite meat is hot dog. That is my favorite meat. My second favorite meat is hamburger. And everyone says, "Oh, don't you prefer steak?" It's like, I know steaks are great, but I like hot dog best and I like hamburger next best. I looked this up because I thought it was a reference to a TV show or something, but Mitt Romney? No way had a real human said that. Edit, Mother of God. When speech-making algorithm is turned into a Lebanon appeal to American. Honey, where are my pants? No, that's too interesting, dial it back, and dial it back. Human music. I like it. Is this not what humans do? Because I can assure you, I too, am indeed a human, like yourself. Sounds almost like when I was in high school and apathy was cool. It involved never expressing an interest in anything, and cutting down anyone that did. I like Green Day. PFFT, Green Day is lame. That sounds exactly like something a Green Day fan would say. I said stupid crap like, I'm watching/listening to, dumb obscure thing, I bet y'all don't know what that is. Facebook memories is going to be the death of me. Good thing is that if you thought your past self was cringe, why, it just means you grew as a person. Oh gosh. I posted so many cringy emo song lyrics back in the day. I just want to shrivel up when I read the crap I used to post. At least you didn't have a Zanka page where you posted all of your own angsty poetry even though your life was fine and you weren't really sad or angry and you instead just wanted to be because you felt like that was the only way to be cool. I didn't do that though, I just bet it'd be embarrassing to remember for someone else. There, Edit, was a Chrome extension that will mass delete your Facebook posts 1 year at a time. It is exhilarating to say the least. I did that when I got engaged because my fiancé still wanted to tag me in things but I didn't want a Facebook history to speak of. Went private and then executed the extension. It's pretty damn cool to watch it work. Edit, Social Book Post Manager for those wondering. Ahem. What's that called? Asking for a friend. Social Book Post Manager. It's fun to watch. It just executes commands at lightning speed, one post at a time, and gives you stats after. I was able to pinpoint the years of my deepest depressions by the insane amount of posts I made during those times. Happy to have scrubbed my public presence like that. It might still be in Facebook's database or something, but at least it isn't out in the open. I only ever use Instagram these days and barely post once every 2 months. Edit, I did that years ago and I guess it doesn't work anymore. Very sad. Do you delete them? I fully delete the cringe as F ones. I remember being like 14 and this 16-year-old guy asked me what my fantasy was and I said, well, I mean, most girls would like to have like Prince Charming on a white horse, but I don't like horses. I'm just different like that. He definitely meant sexual fantasies, not like romance, but I needed him to know I was cool and didn't like horses like other girls. This is so effing funny. You aren't a horse girl, smiley face, smiley face. Haha, I didn't even realize how stupid it was until I was telling my best friend about it later and she said, what? Did you really say that, disappointed face? I wasn't like other girls because I loved hats. Top hats, specifically. For like a year in 6th grade I think I wore a top hat to school and I thought I was the crap. It's funny now, but oh my god, did I cringe for years after it. I was dangerously close to being sucked into the steampunk trend of tiny top hats. Lol, I saw lots of those, but the one I wore was full size and had a few colorful feathers by the brim. I had a top hat phase too. My dad bought me one for Christmas when I was 14, but I only ever wore it in my room because I was afraid of being cringe. Younger me would have thought you were pretty awesome. I had a phase where I would get all high and mighty about the fact that I didn't wear crop tops. I still refuse to wear crop tops because my gut sticks out in a weird way. I'll only wear really short ones with something high-waisted. I have a super long torso. I'm fairly skinny except for that little pooch right below my belly button. So any shirt that ends right there only shows the pudgy part of my stomach. Laughing out loud. Edit, I am aware that people with uteruses naturally tend to have fat there as a cushion or whatever. I definitely also just have some new quarantine fat there, lol. And I'm just not a fan of how I look with a crop shirt/low-rise pants combo, and that's okay. I used to be exactly like that, but with the leggings are not pants thing. Now I realize they are infinitely more comfortable than pants. All of my jeans now are secretly jeggings. Crop tops look ridiculous on me, but instead of judging others I am now just jealous that I can't wear them. Laughing my butt off. I remember the first time I wore leggings as pants. I also remember making a ton of snarky comments about leggings aren't pants. And then one day I found myself with a pile of dirty laundry. All my jeans were dirty, the only thing clean was a pair of unworn leggings someone had given me. So I huffed, threw those on with a long sweater and ran my errands. That was like 9 years ago, and I think today is the first day I've put on actual jeans this winter because I don't feel good, so my laundry has piled up and all my leggings are dirty. Oh, how the turntables. I used to think I was a natural witch after watching The Craft for the first time. It was so cringy. The moodiest middle schooler ever. I miss it. I took a community college ceramics class and we all had to introduce ourselves. The chick next to me introduced herself and declared that she was a witch, then cringe bragged that she hadn't been paying any attention because she was busy reading a book on candle spells. But don't worry, I'm a white witch, so I won't cast any bad spells on anyone. She ended up being a cool and otherwise totally normal person, but man, I will never forget her introduction. I live in Salem, Ma, which once was the site of the famous witch trials, but in the last few decades has transformed into an anything-goes community of tolerance. We have tons of professed witches, wizards, Wiccans, pagans, psychics, mediums, etc., and a lot of the tourists who come to Salem are really into anything supernatural or occults. We also attract all sorts of freaks and geeks and marginalized people, with a large LGBTQ population, goths, communists, Satanists, artists, poets, etc. Our high school is called Witchcraft High. Our town motto is the Witch City. There are witchcraft supply stores and bookstores downtown, solstice celebrations, an official town witch, and even a witchcraft summer camps for kids. One of my favorite Salem moments was when I was working in the used bookstore downtown when two harried-looking young men came in and asked me, quite distressed, "Do you have any books on exorcisms?" I had a shop for a few years in Salem, and I had a guy come in one day. He'd been in a few times, a little weird and awkward, but not scary weird or anything. He was all excited because he had just gotten a job at the new Vampire Fang store, and had a custom set in. My son was a vampire for Halloween that year, so I said I'd stop by to check it out for his costume. This dude hits the roof, shouting at me, "It's not a costume, it's a lifestyle, amazing." Hope that little weirdo is biting all the consensual necks he can. In high school, I had this friend who tried so hard to be one of the guys to the point where she would call herself that often. I didn't realize how cringy she was until I ran into her at a party in my 20s. She walked up to my boyfriend, currently my fiancé, grabbed his hat, put it on her head backwards, then asked for a haul of his cigarette, she doesn't even smoke, and coughed profusely. She then proceeded to play punch him in the stomach and started calling herself one of the guys again. A few of us just looked at each other awkwardly and slowly trickled away. I just love the phrase "slowly trickled away." You describe this girl and the scene so artfully. 10/10. I hated anything new or trendy because I thought I was cool and contrarian for it. From ages 13 to 16. I like to not think about it. Same. Avoided mainstream music and only listened to offbeat quirky stuff that no one had ever heard of and I could only get online because it wasn't available in stores. I listen to some mainstream stuff now, but I don't hide the offbeat stuff I used to listen to. It had a lot to do with shaping my musical taste now, so it's a part of me. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.